And just to give you a little bit more of a broadened context of what we're looking at, the questions of what is regimen and what is health, let's look a little bit more at the context of how our physiology works, or as we call it, our dynamic physiology. So this is a very a brief introduction to the idea of our four different bodies. Now, we take the basis for understanding our physiology from the four kingdoms of nature. We have the our physical body, which is derived from the mineral kingdom. And this, for example, when you go for your annual physical with your MD, this is the an example of this annual rhythm, this kind of annual kind of cycle that the physical body has. The next level is the etheric body, or what we call the life functions, and this is derived from the part of nature known as the plant kingdom. This has more of a monthly rhythm, and it directly relates to the curing and healing cycle of homeopathic remedies. You may be familiar with that, with kind of the 28-day healing reaction cycle that will usually kind of give you a heads up about when you take a remedy. The third body is what's called the astral body, and that contains all of our desires and feelings, and the whole principle of resonance works through our astral body. Now this relates directly in nature to the animal kingdom, and this has more of a weekly rhythm. And as we've been going through this regimen program, as you know, we're dividing it up by weeks, over a 12-week process, and this relates directly to the cycle or the rhythm of the astral body. The reason that's important for our purposes is that this idea of resonance, or this principle of resonance that goes through the astral body, is really the cornerstone of really working on your regimen, working through this whole principle of resonance, this idea of changing your resonance function, improving it, you kind of giving it more of what it needs, is really a function of your astral body, and this has this 7-day cycle to it. And finally, the fourth body, which is unique to humans, is this concept of the self, or this experience, this inner experience of the I am. And this has where we looked at the annual rhythm of the physical body, the monthly rhythm of the etheric body, and the weekly rhythm of the astral body. The self has more of a daily rhythm, so it's kind of like, we wake up each day and we kind of have a new refreshed self. It's kind of like that expression, whether you woke up on the right side of bed or not. That's kind of the idea of that daily rhythm of the self. And this, as far as this regimen program, the daily rhythm of journaling keys directly into this idea of the self, this idea of really getting into your true nature, what your true desires are. Of course, that expresses through the astral body, but it really comes down from the self, this whole idea of identity and uniqueness. Now, I just laid this out a little bit of a different way, as I kind of highlighted halfway down the page here. The whole principle of resonance comes through the astral body, as I said, and that's really the main kind of the gateway, or where all of the therapeutic principles work through. So as we saw in the previous video about the three therapeutic jurisdictions, regimen, medicine, and education. It's really the physical body that's the center of the importance of regimen. It's not exclusive, but that's really where the central activity is, and the you can say the true therapeutician at that level is what we would call a physician, someone who works through that physical body, or the physis. The second level, the medicine jurisdiction, is really centered primarily in that etheric body, and the therapeutic application comes from what we would properly call a medician. So there's really two functions there. It could be one and the same person, but they need to understand that they're working through different functions, and they have different roles, physician or medician. And finally, the third jurisdiction, that education level, which is more applied directly to the self, the core self, and that requires a true educator, someone who can really elicit what's really contained within you. And so those, as I say, those three jurisdictions, the regimen, medicine, education, all of them work through that primary principle of resonance, which we laid out in the first week. So there's no specific homework from today's video, or this particular video that is, that just keep taking in these concepts and expanding your understanding, your map, as you work through your regimen program and how you're kind of working through your tools of reflection and support.